Hey y'all. Okay, ladies, do not get upset at me for the things that I am about to say in this video. Please. If you watch my last video, you would know that I am absolutely here for women empowerment. I am absolutely for us, for me, for togetherness, all of that wonderful stuff. And that is why I feel compelled to be honest with you and hopefully help you to be honest with yourself. I am so over it hearing and reading on Facebook all of this. There's no good men out there. Chivalry is dead. Blah, 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 blah. And this is coming from a woman who's single. I'm just saying. So I don't want you to think that I'm somewhere, happy and booed up and I'm just, hating on all the single women and bashing y'all. I'm right there in the fight with you. But I absolutely am not going to categorize all men because of unsuccessful relationships or whatever. I've realized over the last few years that you absolutely do train people how to treat you by your actions. If I'm saying I won't accept XYZ, but every time you do it, I accept it, what's that showing you? I've heard women say, he doesn't open the doors for me, he doesn't pick up the check, or we have to, split it, whatever. When you walk up to the door, ladies, what do? Do you open the door yourself because that's what you're used to? And that's fine if that's what you're used to. My point is, what is it that you're showing him? When I walk up to a door, whether I'm entering or exiting, I'm stepping to the side because I'm showing that man that I require you to open the door. So my point is, what are we showing them that we require of them? We can say a lot of things out of our mouths, but our actions is what they're paying attention to. If I go to the car and I stand there again to the side, I'm showing him I require you to open the door for me. What are you showing them that you require, ladies? I understand that some women are very independent. Proud of you for that. That's awesome. But we also have to learn how to allow a man to be a man. We have to learn what that really means. It's not meaning just, cower down, submit, agree with everything. Yes sir, no sir. Hey, it's your world. I'm just going to do whatever you say. It absolutely does not mean that. I'm very old-fashioned. I'm from Mississippi, so I have a lot of old-fashioned values that I am going to just rock with until I absolutely can't rock with them anymore because I believe in them. And I do believe in that there are certain things as a woman that I should not have to do. Same thing with the man. I don't want to be a man. I don't want to do everything that a man can do. If I am in the house with a man, I don't want to take out the garbage. That's just not what I want to do. But being that I am single and I live alone, hey, guess what? Who has to take the garbage out? But that is something that I have to do in the season of my life that I am in. We are so used to having been in, I guess, certain type of relationships with certain guys that didn't do certain things, that when a man comes along and he's doing or trying to do the things that you say you want and you require, you're so used to not having it that you don't know how to allow him to do those things and to be that man that you say you want him to be. I can open a door for myself. Or you're so used to just running up to that door and opening it yourself. That's what you do. But then you complain about him not doing it. You're not allowing him the opportunity to do it. And that's what we don't realize, that we don't allow men sometimes to do certain things. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. I ain't got to do that. Okay. But then 5 years down the line, you're still complaining about that same thing, and now you're fed up, and now you want to enforce it 5 years down the line, when from day one you should have been enforcing your standards and your requirements, or even just showing. Had you showed initially you wouldn't even have to enforce it, because that would be the routine. You will have trained that person how to treat you. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we all should have requirements and standards, especially when you know your worth and you know who you are, and what you want. Which also brings me to another important point, that if there's some brokenness, and a lot of times there is brokenness that we haven't dealt with from previous hurts and relationships, we're dragging that along from every relationship. And now you're in the same place that you were in 2 other times, but there's no good man out there. You have to self-reflect. Even after my divorce, I had to do a lot of self-reflection. I had to ask myself what part I played in even allowing it to get to that point, because there were 2 people in that marriage. What role did I play? It's never all one person. Oh, you did all this. Oh, you did all of that. No, you have to do the hard work and hold up that mirror and say, what kind of wife was I? What kind of person was I? What kind of friend was I? What things can I do better so that the next relationship I'm in, I don't repeat the same mistakes? Not just it's all that one person's fault and I'm just going to carry all of this over, because what's going to happen is you're going to keep having unsuccessful relationships, and then you're going to become more bitter because you don't understand why. It is difficult to admit, hey, I am not where I thought I was in this area. It's difficult to admit, you know what, that was a good dude, but I was too bitter, I was too upset, I was too broken to even allow him to be that with me. And that's with, a lot of us in life, we're praying for and asking for all of these things, but our hand is still full of all of the garbage and the baggage, and God is like, okay, I'm trying to give it to you, but where am I going to put it? I've got no room to give you this blessing. So we have got to prepare ourselves for what it is that we are asking for. We can't just say, I want, but I'm not going to make any changes. I'm not going to do anything differently. I'm just going to be me because that's who I am. That's fine. You keep being the same broken you because that's who you are, and you will continue to be in the same place you're in and you're unhappy with year after year. Self-improvement, self-reflection. There are good men out there. I ain't found them yet because I'm still single, but that's not what this is about. But we have to look within ourselves and say, am I really ready for this caliber of man that I am praying for? Am I really prepared? So now I have gotten into the habit where I'm praying for XYZ, but it's like, whoa, are you really ready for that? I'm asking to be here, but I'm only prepared this much. So if this big blessing comes, I'm going to jack it up because I'm not ready. So I ask God, prepare me in those areas of my life that I still need work on before I get this, because I need to be ready when it comes. Whatever it is that I am praying for, I'm also preparing for. So I want to encourage you ladies that chivalry is not dead. It is what you require of a person is what they will give you or what they can give you. Because it's a struggle to keep trying to convince someone you're beautiful, I love you just the way you are, if you have a low self-esteem, because you're not going to believe that person. And it's taxing on the other person to keep trying to convince you of your worth if you don't know your worth. They're trying to convince you that I love you at 200 pounds, I love you at 150 pounds. Girl, you are awesome, you're smart, you're this and you're that. It's like, Lord, at the end of the day, I'm tired. What do I have for myself? Because I'm so busy trying to convince this woman that I love, that she's all these things that I wish she already knew. And again, it's not that that person is a bad person. It's just taxing, trying to convince someone of self-worth. That is a work that comes from within. That is a knowing and a confidence that comes within. That's why it's called self-worth. Just saying. Because I've been in that place where I didn't know how to love me, where I didn't know that I was all of the things that God says that I am, and this person got taxed out because they kept trying to convince me of how awesome they already knew that I was, but I didn't yet know it. I was not ready for that blessing. So ladies, let's prepare for this man that you're asking for. Oh, I want this man to have a 800 credit score, but you're at 400. How is that fair? To ask him to bring all these great things to the table and you don't. He has to build the table, bring everything to the table, and serve everything that's going on the table. That's not fair, ladies. Let's be realistic also in our expectations. If you're expecting him to be a supermodel, but you eat plenty of garbage and you know that you look quite the opposite of a supermodel, don't expect that of him. Don't ask that of him. Get your credit score together. Get your mental, physical, emotional, whatever it is that you're expecting and asking of this man, make sure that you're able to match it. Or you're here or you're working on it. But ladies, let's stop bashing men and saying they're no good men, all men are dogs. What is it that you're requiring? What is it that you're showing them that you require? Watch your actions, watch your tone, and watch your tongue, because they will all run a very good man away. I still love y'all. That's why I'm having this honest moment, because I love y'all and I want y'all to win. Okay? So I'm sending you light, love, and I hope you receive it.